This is part 2 of my video on what I'm calling the Publicity project, which consists of the fact that I am going around DC several hours a day putting up my own campaign signs, which you see here, for Bruce Major's Libertarian for Congress, running against 11-term, 74-year-old incumbent Eleanor Thornton. And I think it would be interesting, mixed in with them, there were some signs for Gary Johnson or the Libertarian Party. Since I'm running for office, I'm not willing to spend all or even half my time putting up Libertarian Party or Gary Johnson signs, but that's okay, because I may end up putting up a couple of thousand signs for Bruce Majors running for Congress. So, 100 or 200 Libertarian Party signs and 200 or 300 Gary Johnson signs mixed in is totally doable over the course of the next 6 weeks. So, here's my proposal. For all of you non-DC resident Libertarians, or anti-statist or Tea Partiers, or opponents of the Tea Party system, or opponents of Obama and Romney, if you would like to have signs like this on the street for either the Libertarian Party or Gary Johnson, here in DC, on streets where either there are national media offices or where people in the national media live, and I do know where all those places are, all you have to do is go to brucemajorsdc.com. That's brucemajorsdc.com, and tell me, after you've donated, email me, send me a note, call me, whatever. Tell me on Facebook that you want your donation to be used to buy signs for Gary Johnson and the Libertarian Party. And I will go right downstairs from my office where the printer is that I'm using currently and take the Gary Johnson poster graphic, a good one, or Libertarian Party poster graphic, a good one, and make 100 or 200 signs and mix them in with my Bruce Major signs. And then when I go out, I'll put up 2 or 3 parts Bruce Major signs to 1 part Gary Johnson or Libertarian Party signs. And I'll put them out outside the offices of NBC or ABC or the National Press Club, or places where national media live. Some of our national media live outside of Frederick, Maryland. Probably won't do those. I could do some Gary Johnson Libertarian Party signs there, but I'm probably only going to do them right in DC. But that is actually where the Washington Post and the National Press Club and ABC and NBC and NPR and everyone else have their offices. So, just go to brucemajorsdc.com, and then all these empty street signs you see as I'm walking along, it's going to be a couple blocks gap before we hit another patch of Bruce Major signs. In DC, the regulation is you can put 3 political signs for any one candidate or party on each side of the block. I can promise you that means that by Election Day, this place is going to be brimming with signs, given how many races there are for city council and other things. So, although I don't think we're going to get to this kind of saturation point, that means that technically there could be 3 Bruce Major signs, 3 Gary Johnson signs, and 3 Libertarian Party signs on every block on both sides of the block. I don't think I'll have enough labor power to quite achieve that, and I don't think we'll donate quite enough money to achieve that. But give it a shot. If you donate too much money, my volunteers can't put it all up. We'll send it back to you, or we'll give it to the Libertarian Party or the Gary Johnson campaign as you direct. I don't think that's going to happen, but every $100 you send will buy 50 two-panel signs for either Gary Johnson or the Libertarian Party. You can also donate the money to me directly and tell me to buy more Bruce Major signs with it. But I'm planning on getting that covered locally. It's really, for you out-of-towners, if you want to see Libertarian Party or Gary Johnson signs in D.C., where besides tourists from your own state, we also have Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. voters, even the occasional Delaware, Pennsylvania, or West Virginia voter, or New York. If you would like to see these signs on the street, all you have to do again is go to www.brucemajorsdc.com. That's BRUCEMAJORSDC.com. There's a contribute button, and you can click on it. If you're desperate to mail a check instead, email me through YouTube, and I will tell you how to mail it. Although the mailing address for Bruce Majors for Congress is Suite 711, 1200 23rd Street, Northwest, Washington, D.C. 20037. That's Suite 711, 1200 23rd Street, Northwest, D.C. 20037, Suite 711. And the email address for my campaign is just my Gmail, majors.bruce@gmail.com. That's majors.bruce@gmail.com. Let's see, we have reached another Bruce Majors for Congress sign. I was putting them outside of a refurbished public library where the entire political class of D.C. is going to show up in about 5 minutes and claim credit for giving the people a nice public library with their own tax money after having let it sit fallow for a while, even though they were awash in property tax transaction money from the real estate boom in D.C., and one real estate boom that has not quite ended in America because it floats on your federal tax dollars. Anyway, that's my pitch to you. Signs like this one, for me, or for Gary Johnson, or for the Libertarian Party, can appear all over D.C., especially where there's someone to annoy, there's a voter, or there's somebody in the national media. And all it takes is for you to go to www.brucemajors.com. Sorry, www.brucemajorsdc.com, and click on the contribution button through the Pyrex donation service and donate money. And that's what DC is like all the time, incidentally. Endless sirens, especially on major streets like 16th Street. Noise pollution brought to you by the government. Is it necessary in all cases? Who knows? Because there's no cost and no accountability. It's just constant sirens. So many that one wonders who is left alive or unburnt in D.C., given that they happen every 10 minutes. Kind of a side issue. There's not going to be any new information for those who've already watched all 8 minutes of this video. But I think before I hit the 10-minute mark, I'm going to reach another burst of Bruce Majors for Congress sign. It's at the end of the hill. So if you would like to enjoy this lovely walk down 16th Street for another minute and 10 seconds, you may. Can make a remake of the Wolf movie that Jack Nicholson was in, set in Central Park, and use this. Someone does some gardening.